Hmm. Oh, there we go. Here I am. Let's see. Am I on yet? Hang on just a second. Hide that. There I am. All right. Welcome, everybody, to our spontaneous live event tonight. There we go. I think we're here. We're live on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And I'm inspired tonight to do this live and curious to where all of you are calling in from. Looks like we're still getting some people here on, I guess this would be YouTube. Welcome, Toronto. And I wonder if I can see who's on comments from Pittsburgh. Okay, we do have, would go back and forth between these two platforms, but good to have you guys here. We've got a nice crowd joining, so I'm going to just jump into what I wanted to talk about. Hello, Alabama and Florida. Tonight, I wanted to talk about magnetic energy. Welcome, Danielle from Massachusetts. And we have Bucharest. Very awesome. I want to talk about magnetic energy today. It was something that I was talking about with a client today. And a lot of people have different ideas about what magnetic energy is. Maybe they think being charismatic or a certain kind of personality. But tonight I'm going to be talking about how this energy is energetic. And it's really less about what you're doing and how you are being so that you can manifest more of what you desire. Welcome, Hawaii and Oregon. Let's see if we've got any more Instagram people. Australia, welcome. And so we've got both platforms here going. That's awesome. So this magnetic energy is actually something that can be calibrated. It can be measured. And the importance of this magnetic energy is that we are energetic beings transmitting energy 24/7. So we are always sending and receiving energy and frequencies. And so based on what we're sending out is what is going to determine what it is we are receiving. And so some of you might feel a little powerless about what you're receiving, like you have no control over what's coming back. And that can be quite disheartening, especially if it's not what you intend or what you like, or it's not making you very joyful. And so in that case, magnetic energy can kind of suck. And so this is part of the importance of the process that I do that is outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So the whole system that I use is outlined in this book. And there's a very specific way that we work with this energy. This book outlines all of our invisible energy anatomy. And that can help us, or that can make us feel powerless when we don't really know what's going on in this invisible part of our energy anatomy that's kind of leading our life, controlling our life. And so the more you can understand and learn about this, the better off you'll be. So that's why I thought it'd be a great idea to come on and give a little bit of education about our magnetic energy, how it works, how we can calibrate it, how we can amplify it, so that you can magnetize more of what you desire. And when I'm talking about magnetizing, and so Sandy said she read the whole book and it guides you through the process. Yes, it does. It does. So thank you for that input, Sandy. So this magnetic energy that is always sending and receiving, uh, if we are not liking what we are receiving back into our life, that only means that we need to change what's going on here. And so this is a big part of why we practice this daily practice of running your energy, a very specific way of moving and through your energy field. And this is, if you have not downloaded my 20-minute meditation, there's actually an 8-minute version as well. I'll put that free link in here and you can download that so you can get in the practice of running your energy. This is the very beginning of how you will start changing the frequencies so that you start emitting a different frequency and start receiving back to you a different frequency. So when I'm talking about magnetic energy, I want to differentiate between this masculine and feminine energies. This magnetic feminine energy is something that both men and women possess, and it's a little bit different than feminine energy. So feminine energy is not, girly nails and, and the like. Feminine energy is actually the energy of the heart. It is that energy that helps us to collaborate, helps us to be intuitive and go inward, being introspective, collaborative, and creative, and that kind of energy, all the energy of that heart, that deep inner wisdom that we have in our heart. And so both men and women possess that energy. That's a little bit different than this magnetic, which I call a feminine energy, this magnetic energy, but it is part of the feminine energy. So this magnetic energy lives, actually, it can live in every chakra. So it's something that can be measured as well. So if you have a low magnetic frequency, then it's like having a weak magnet. You only kind of attract what you really want. But when we can turn this up, then and you're aligned, you start magnetizing more powerfully. So when I'm working with clients, I measure this calibration. I can measure your, not only your magnetic energy, but how strong it is in every chakra. So you want to be aligned with your magnetic energy in every single chakra. When you have 100% of your magnetic energy in your crown chakra, then you're going to be very sovereign and you're going to magnetize the things that are going to validate that you're a sovereign being. If you have a high magnetic energy in your sixth chakra, it's going to be easier for you to see what it is that you're magnetizing, what you're trying to manifest, and being able to see the visions and being able to see more clearly. Now, some of us are seers, some of us not so much. We all have different gifts and abilities. And so some people might think that because of the work that I do, that I see a lot, but I don't see in the sense of visions, right? I see more with my knowing third eye. And it's really a matter of a lot of senses that are coming together. So the ability to feel, that's that clairsentience, that ability to know, that energy deep in your heart. And sometimes it can be visions. Sometimes it can be did I say feeling, that sense in your, just sensing. And there's 360 senses, according to the Egyptians, that we have access to. And so the more of those senses that we have, the more you can kind of connect the dots and things start to make sense in a very interesting kind of way. So this magnetic energy is when it's aligned in all of these chakras, then you're going to be able to pull in what you want much more effortlessly. When I was working with this client today, she's a very successful businesswoman, been on TED Talks, and very hard worker. Runs a lot of masculine energy, like a lot of women, and she's finally starting to get this concept of moving to, when you're used to doing to make things happen, it can be a challenge to move and shift to this other kind of thinking, that we magnetize what we desire along with taking inspired action. But when you're used to always doing, it's hard to go to this balance of pulling things to you easily and effortlessly. And then your masculine energy knows what to do, the doing part of that, so that it's balanced. I think it's especially important to have these two energies balanced in your solar plexus, so that there's the effortless pulling to you of the things that you need, the information, the clients, the resources, etc. But then the masculine energy knows what to do with all of the things that come in, and how to work with that. So that both of these are super important to have them to be balanced. So that is the magnetic energy. And so how do you go about amplifying your magnetic energy? How do you raise it? So when I'm using the system that I do, I have a way of finding out. Well, first I'll calibrate how much magnetic energy. If it's low, which 15% would be low, then I discover which chakra that's in, and then spirit guides me to the places that are blocking that in the client, so that that energy could be raised. So I'm just going with inspiration here. Spirit wants me to pick somebody that wants to know what their magnetic energy is, and just as a demonstration, we could demonstrate how we could go about finding that energy, so that we could raise it and manifest more powerfully. Do we have a volunteer? You don't have to come on live. You could just sort of raise your hand. Me. Okay, here we have a me. In love with me. All right, so I don't know this person's name, which is fine. I've never met them before, not that I know of, because I don't know you by this name. And you don't even have to let me know. But let's measure your magnetic energy. So overall, I'm getting that it's only about 15%. It's only about 15%. And so you don't have very much in your crown, nor your six, nor your heart, nor your root chakra. So let's take, for example, the crown. Now, this is the most important place where you need your magnetic energy. This kind of sets the tone for everything. This is where you are sovereign. So in your case, in order to raise that in the crown, you would need to go down to your root chakra. Now, this might seem a little odd that you're going to have to go all the way down to the root chakra to raise a frequency up in your crown, but this is where the energy is. It's in your second layer, and this is relating to fear of stepping into that feminine energy, fear of like, what are you going to magnetize? Maybe you've magnetized some not so fun things, right? So there can be some fear around magnetizing, especially if you know that your energy is not aligned. Maybe you carry a lot of fear, you carry a lot of anger. And so we're going to magnetize whatever is in here. So that's one area in your root chakra that is related to the crown. Seven. And then if we come down to the heart chakra, also second layer, this is related to fury. So this is where you're angry at yourself, where you make yourself wrong for all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and blaming yourself for maybe either what you're magnetizing or not being in a frequency to manifest what you know you could or should. So you're kind of beating yourself up. You're kind of being a little bit hard on yourself. And then, and also, I'd appreciate if you could let me know how on this or off in love with me. That would be also helpful. And then in the root chakra, so this is where it doesn't feel safe to be in this magnetic energy. Out to the third layer. So this is where you're feeling a little powerless around these magnetics. And so if so she's saying yes, yes, I am. Okay. Not a lot of clarification there, but at least validating that I'm on track. So if when I work with clients, then we clear all these energies. So then the magnetic energy would be at 100% in all of the chakras. And so this is how you magnetize more powerfully. So she's been feeling powerless. Yeah. And so this is just only one aspect of why you might be feeling powerless. There's, got your whole solar plexus. And in your case, you have no grounding cord. So that's kind of like energy 101. Without a grounding cord, you're not going to be fully in your body. So you're only in your body about 3%. So if you think about anything that's only 3%, that's 3 cents out of a dollar. It's not very much. And so it's hard to feel what's going on in your body. It's hard to know what is the next step you should take because you're not home to feel what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing or feeling inspired or connected. So you're kind of like just going through the motions. So that can be very challenging. So that is my little spiel on on magnetic energy for tonight and how you can manifest more powerfully. So I did want to spend some time answering questions and seeing what else all of you would like to know about, whether it's about wow, very on point. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay. Um, yes, yes, yes. So that would be helpful for those of you who do have questions you want to know. I can also head over here to Instagram. Um, I don't know if you can post questions here. I see a lot of you have joined, and I know some of you were mentioning where you were from. So I know you can post. So if you have questions on Instagram, I can also check there to see what your questions are. You're welcome for the demo. Anybody else have something else they'd like to know about? And it doesn't have to be personal, it could be on the bigger scheme of things, or can we learn all of this in your book to help us? Yes, absolutely. So the whole system is outlined in this book. It's available on Amazon, and it does a very thorough job of explaining our invisible energy anatomy. Now, some of you might think you know about chakras and the various energy centers, but I talk about it in a maybe a little bit different way. And so it's always good when you're learning something new to kind of drop the things that you think you already know. So you can come with an open mind. And there's even one chapter in there all about energy cords. Now, that was one of my most popular YouTube videos. I don't even know how many views, hundreds of thousands of views, but at any rate, it talks in that video about not cutting cords and how you should remove them is the roots and all. Otherwise, it leaves residual energy. But anyway, there's a whole chapter in this book that talks about energy cords. What does it mean when people are cording to you? And there's a whole chart on when you find energies like in a chakra at a certain layer. What does that mean? All of this, there's meanings to all of it. So you can get a lot of information in there. Okay, here we go. Um, I get so much anxiety from loud noises like fireworks. I don't know how to keep grounded when in that anxiousness, anxiousness during the 4th of July. This includes balloons, guns, etc. Well, to me, it sounds like you already have a lot of fear in your field. And then that when those things happen, it just is letting you know how much fear you already have. That's why you're feeling a little jumpy. Um, so as I calibrate, yeah, there's about 100% fear in your space. So you might not be aware of that because, again, it's another case of not being grounded. So you're not in your body because all of that fear is uncomfortable. So what you do is you're not grounded. You're full of fear. All that feels uncomfortable. So then you kind of leave your body a little bit so that you're just connected 3% so that you can still function, but you have no idea all that fear's there. But when the 4th of July comes around and you're all jumpy and freaking out, that's a clear indication that your body knows you have all that fear. So my advice to you is to get grounded and start releasing all of that excess fear because it's far more of an issue than just being a little jumpy on 4th of July. This relates to your entire nervous system that doesn't like all that fear. Like that fear in your body is very hard on your nervous system. Your adrenals are probably also depleted. Yes, and your amygdala. So it's taking its toll on your body. And, a lot of people think that since they don't feel what's going on, or so they think, I feel fine. I don't feel angry. I don't feel afraid. I don't feel, well, I don't feel anything. So when people are not feeling things, um, they can't tell what's going on, but their body is suffering as a result. And then you start getting things, like eczema or, digestive issues. Your body starts protesting because it can feel all of the stuff that's going on. All right. Having someone courting to you can actually influence this, like an evil ex. When you say influence this, are you talking about your body? Absolutely, absolutely. So this is kind of a I don't want to say basic question, but it's very well, it's essential to know that people are courting to each other all the time. It is a way of uh, communicating with someone else without having to use words. And exes are notorious for continuing to siphon our energy and deplete us. So in your case, Nicoletta, um, yes, he is still controlling you at your crown chakra. So he's likely was, so you say the evil ex is probably a narcissist, but I'm saying that because he's courted to your crown still. Um, mm, and your heart trying to pull the guilt strings, making you feel bad about whatever you're doing or not doing. He's still courting to your solar plexus. So he might be out of your life, but he's still trying to control what you do. Maybe you're really tired and you don't understand why. It's maybe you think, oh, I need another cup of coffee. Maybe it's your ex plugged into your solar plexus, siphoning off your energy. And then he's also corded to your root chakra as well. So he runs a lot of theory. And so all of that is affecting your physiology. So that the same kind of thing. So here's another person, not grounded, barely in their body. So you might not even know, you probably don't even have a clue that any of this is going on. All right. I did the 20-minute meditation earlier and I felt great after that. But then not so great after. You felt great, but then not so great after. Uh, do you need, well, it's kind of like going to the dentist. Should you just brush your teeth once and you're good? Yes, you should brush your teeth every single day. In fact, you can meditate while you're brushing your teeth, then you won't forget. It only takes a few moments. How can we protect ourselves in crowded spaces? Um, you be the brightest light so that nothing infiltrates. Um, there's a certain mentality that goes with that. Feeling like everything is maybe against us or trying to attack us or so forth. I think it's just really important to just be in a high frequency. And if you feel affected by a place like that after you leave, then clear your field and you know get grounded. Clear any energies, any people that may have corded to you. Um, And if you feel especially anxious when you go to a crowded place, uh, it's it's really less about the other people are bad that are coming into your energy field and more about people triggering what's already there. So that might be a new concept for some of you, but it's often the stuff that's already in our field that's getting triggered. I did not get it, how calibrate my magnetism. Um, I well, calibrating is a whole thing in and of itself. It's an advanced way of measuring and calibrating. So that's kind of a more advanced question. Kevin, how do I overcome being stuck and end up not doing anything at all since you feel doing tasks won't get you where you want to be, sabotaging out of fear and feeling let down? Um, since, well, when you say since you feel, are you referring to me? Since I feel that doing tasks won't get you anywhere. So that would be a misunderstanding. I don't think I ever said that. What I'm implying is that some people think that just sitting under their money tree is going to help them manifest money. I don't agree with that. And we are talking about magnetic energy, which makes everything easier, but you still have to do things. We still have to follow the inspired actions. We still have to take actions. But if you're feeling stuck, it's kind of hard to take those actions when you're not feeling motivated. Your motivation is only at about 15%. Another person not grounded, no grounding cord. So it's hard to know what's going on. So feeling stuck is usually a solar plexus event. Solar plexus is our power center, right in our solar plexus. So that's where we get our power from. And in your case, yeah, that solar plexus is only about 15% open. So you would really benefit from doing this 20-minute meditation so that you could get grounded and release the frustrations in your energy field from feeling stuck. When you're feeling stuck and paralyzed, it creates a lot of frustration and anxiety. And you do have some saboteurs. As I'm reading you guys, I'm kind of jumping on a lot of things that I see are relevant, and may or may not be helpful, but um, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know anyway what's going on. Um, Sabotaging out of fear of being let down. Yeah. So yeah, fear of being like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, that's an event. That fear actually lives in your root chakra. So another good reason why you need to get grounded, Kevin, so you can release those fears that are living right in your root chakra, and um, getting let down is has an expectation in it. So maybe you're expecting things from people, that it's just a little text, so it's kind of hard to know everything that's going on. But definitely get grounded so you can start feeling a little less stuck there. Daniel's magnetism and his magnetism of wealth. Let's see if we can. There we go. Uh, Magnetism of wealth, and if you have anything blocking wealth magnetism, so you're first of all, you're only going to magnetize the frequency that you're at. So your money frequency is only at 250. So that's really where you need to start instead of amplifying your magnet. You want to raise your money frequency first so that then when you become more magnetic, that's what you're going to attract. So here is this is also a free little gift I'll give to all of you. And that will help you raise your money vibration. So this is something that people have paid for in the past, but I'm going to give it to you for free. So there is a link to this has a money manifesting meditation in it that's like an hour. So it's very thorough. And so anybody that's struggling with money, I highly suggest that you sign up for this and use it so that you can raise your money frequency. And Daniel, your magnetic energy needs some amplifying in the crown and your root chakra. So it doesn't quite feel safe to be in your magnetic energy right now. It's only 15% in the root chakra and in the crown chakra. All right, let's see. Brooke, we did you. We'll give someone else a chance. Any advice for people with ADHD and overactive thoughts? Yes, likely not grounded. So, although in your case, is that a QG? You are grounded. So there's another reason why you also have an infinite number of rings. Your energy is really running well. So let's see what this ADHD is about. It's in the root chakra, second layer. It's a fear. So you have a high percentage of fear in your field, even though your energy is running. Yeah, 100% fear. Likely not your energy. Okay, here's one thing. The thing that's showing up is some dead people. You've got 5 dead people that are channeling through you, and they are fearful. So my suggestion, and if you don't know how to do this, you could find somebody that does, or you can set up a session to clear this. I know I'm opening myself up to a little can of worms here because I don't usually do one-off sessions. But I think that you would really need some more help than just a one-off kind of a thing anyway. Working together for a month would help you create greater focus because right now there's just all these things going on. You've got this energy in your field that's not yours, these dead people that are fearful. And so it's causing a lot of racing thoughts and energies that are not yours. That's not a guarantee that just removing those will help with this, but I think that's the beginning. Well, we would look at other things that are also related to this hyperactive energy, but my first inclination was fear. So I was surprised to see you grounded, but I did find it somewhere else. So that's that. Let's head over to Instagram. Here we go. And you guys have some questions over here. If we're only 3% in our body, how do we drop into it fully? So one, you have to get grounded. So that's how you release the energies that are not yours, that are kicking you out of your body. So once you start releasing these energies that are making you uncomfortable, you'll just automatically start filling yourself up because you're letting go of the energies that are not yours, that are taking up room. All right. Here's Freddie, skateboarding Freddie. Why is my solar plexus always so strong, even if my others aren't? Ah, let's see. Yeah, you can easily be imbalanced in your chakras if you're someone who's always doing things, or if you maybe drink a lot of coffee or do other things that are stimulating to your system. It can create an overreaction or overstimulation of the third chakra, and that would create an imbalance. Charlene Daly. If I am not ready for the highlight of money, then am in another empowerment mode. I'm not quite sure what your question is, Charlene. I'm not ready for the highlight of money. So maybe does that mean well, let's see. Okay, so okay, here. Sorry. Like all these thoughts come in at once. And so then I start going. It kind of sounds like you're pushing money away because of not quite knowing how to get more of it. And, some people might just not be as interested in money, thinking, oh, it's materialistic, it's this or that, or have another story around it. But your money frequency is low. And so that's all you're able to manifest. If you were to raise that money frequency, then you might be of the inclination that, and you start attracting from this higher frequency, that you would be less inclined to push money away. So it's kind of like, if you're looking for love, but nobody seems to be interested or, showing up, then it might be easier just to say, I'm not meant to be in a relationship, or maybe I'm meant to do something else. Maybe you are, and maybe you're not. So I'm not quite sure, but I do know your money frequency is low, and right now that's what you're manifesting. All right, let's see what else we have over here on this. Okay, Lori has a question about her cat, Luna. She's been peeing outside of the litter box, wondering if she's influenced by a negative, or if it's behavioral. Yeah, it sounds like she's a little angry. She is. She's angry, and the anger is in her root chakra. So I don't know what she's angry about. Oh, it doesn't really matter to me, but I can tell you where the anger is. So most people, when they pet their animals, they pet down to the tail and then they stop. So what happens is energy starts to collect right there at the end of the rump. And this affects their root chakra. So when you're petting your animal, and yes, so she has it right there, right before her tail. So when you're petting her, and you can even move that energy out, bring it all the way out the tail. So you don't have to necessarily know what she's angry about or whatever, but you can start pulling that energy all the way out the tail, and see if that helps. But she's a little pissed off about something. R2P just received my book. Yay, thank you. Do we have to continuously anchor our grounding cord, or chakras, etc.? No, you don't. Once you're grounded, now this might be the case in the beginning. In the beginning, if you're used to not being grounded, not being in your body, you might need to run your energy a couple times a day until you can really get more anchored and things are flowing. But once things are settled and set, like for myself, I rarely run my energy, but I'm checking all day long, especially if I feel off, or I feel something weird, or an energy at my back, or I can't take a deep breath, or, if it's something's a little off, then I'm going to go check, what's in my field that shouldn't be. And so, yeah. but it just takes some practice. I've been doing this a long time, so I don't do it every day. Um, Appropriate to ask. I don't know what that means. Thank you for your enlightening work. You're welcome, Anna. I think I need to buy your book. I'm struggling with a lot of this too that you're talking about. But that's a great place to start. That's a great place to start. What about cords and grown children? What about them? Everybody and anybody can have cords. And the thing with cords and children, or our children, is our children should be corded to us as their parents until it depends on the kid. Some are more advanced, and kids nowadays are even more advanced. But somewhere around the age of, say, 5 to maybe 7, 8, 9, and through there, that they should be corded to your grounding cord. So all the more reason for you parents to be grounded and in your body and of a high frequency, because those kids are cording to you, and they're going to feel everything that you're feeling. So they cord to you so that they can feel secure and safe. And at some point, they get their own grounding cord. If you know how to teach them about getting grounded, that's really ideal. These kids really get this stuff a lot easier than adults do. So, okay, I've been super tired lately. I hope my ex is not courting to me. Okay, let's see. I'll give somebody else a chance here. Nicoletta got the book. I'm practicing running my energy almost every day, and it feels great. Awesome. Thanks for the little shout out about that. Seems I still have work to do on removing cords. Yeah, it can. For people who are very stubborn, that want to keep cording to you, that can be a challenge. I had this one client when I went to Australia. So I have anyway. When I went to Australia, she was almost suicidal over the state she was in. And we discovered that her sister, who she never even spoke to anymore, had been years, was so in such an evil way courting to her and controlling her and putting all this competitive energy in her, etc. We would take cords out almost hourly until it would stay out longer and longer and longer until then a few days would be days before she would come back, because even though the other person doesn't know anything about what you, energetically they know, and they will find their way back, or they might all of a sudden call you out of the blue as a way of reconnecting. So these cords are really important to get out. So eventually we're able to keep her out, clear the unresolved past lives between the two, bunch of other stuff as well. But eventually the sister stopped courting. She ended up having a great conversation, even family gatherings. She felt very estranged from her whole family. And then she started having gatherings with the whole family, and things really turned around. Her whole business turned around. So that was a nice little success story. Welcome from Malaysia. It's nice to have you here. Let's see. Michelle, hey, good to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while. I was hoping that I've removed cords. Can you tell if I was successful? Let's see if Michelle has any cords. You still have some in your root chakra. There's about 3 of them. Seems like they're a little angry. So yes, I would take those out, and I'm sure now that you know where they are, you'll do just fine. So Anna is saying about cats peeing outside the box, the walnut flower remedy. I guess that's a Bach flower remedy. So that could be helpful. There you go. Thanks for the other input. My hair keeps falling too fast. Is that hormonal or chakra need balancing? Well, I'm not a doctor, and that goes for all of these questions. This is all energy. So let's see. It sounds like you're under a lot of stress, I am getting that there is some hormones involved as well. Um, you are grounded. That's a good thing. Hmm. I'm just checking the hormones. Yeah, so all of your hormones are very low. They're all at about 15%. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is an energetic read. So if you want to go to a doctor, you could do it that way. I'm of the I personally like, and as I'm working with my clients, we raise these parts of our energy field and our physiology through energy work. So the causes of these would be found, and we would raise those frequencies, and then also the millivolts of light in all of those too. So that's another way of balancing your hormones. I feel so scattered. Where do I start? My guess is a grounding cord. Let me check. Is it Micey? Hmm. You do have a grounding cord. Interesting. Okay. And hmm. Yeah, what you've got going on is at your crown, they're cording. This is that AI cord where they've got, to me, it's like a hand with 5 fingers, and they put those 5 cords right at your crown chakra. And this is where they're controlling your sovereignty. So it's affecting how you think. So that would be number one, taking them and their influence off of your crown. Um, there is a looping mechanism on this one. So it reinstalls every 5 hours. So clearing the looping mechanism in the root chakra as well. There's 3 of those. And then there are curses that will get released as a result of releasing that. So I know you're like thinking, what the hell? I don't even know where to start. You just bombarded me with an avalanche of shit here. And I apologize for that, but I'm just letting you know what's going on. And this can all be cleared. This can all be cleared with some energy work that you could even do for yourself, or if you need help, I am also available to do that. And also, I'm getting a handful of past students of mine. For those of you who don't think you can afford to work with me or whatever, I have some students that are also looking for work. These are very capable, qualified healers that you can also get a referral for. Just email support@kimberlysherry.com and we'll set you up with that possibility. Carla, welcome, Carla. It seems I have attracted a burglary of my storage site. Can you sense anything I should be aware of that may be missing? You're not grounded, Carla, and that would be number one. So your world doesn't feel safe, and so this burglary is this is what you're magnetizing here. We're talking about magnetic energy. And so with all of this fear of not feeling safe in your world, this is what you've attracted to confirm that that's true. But it's only true according to the energies that you're holding in your space. So I would get grounded, Carla, release the fear. You've got 100% fear in your field. And I think it's mostly related to what's going on in your root chakra. So you have no grounding, but you also have those 5 AI cords at your root chakra. And yeah, it's just at your root. There's no looping mechanism on this one. So I hope that helps. Let's see. I want Bendaro, am I corded up? You're welcome, Michelle. Let's see if you have cords. You have 10. They're all in the root chakra. It looks like it's one person who has a lot of fear. So you're going to be feeling their fear and you're going to think it's yours. So I would take them out ASAP. Let's see. Here we have properly grounding yourself. Tips on properly grounding yourself. Well, download the 20-minute meditation. It's got the 5 parts to getting ultra grounded in there. It will walk you through all of those parts. So that would be my tip for getting properly grounded. Okay, so Charlene is clarifying what we were talking about earlier. Um, Money feels like something that highlights my lower frequencies. Money is an amplifier for sure. So if you have a lot of fear in your field, it's going to show you um, how fear works with money, and you'll be afraid of um, maybe people stealing your money or not making enough money, or all the fears around money. So yes. So having awareness of that is a great first step, Charlene. So releasing these lower frequencies would be of primary importance. Here's Stephanie. My hairdresser last week did a process which completely damaged my hair. Is there something I need to clear? You need to clear your hairdresser out of your space. Um, wow. Wow, there's probably a lot. There's probably a lot going on here. Actually, there is some things going on in your heart, Stephanie. So a lot of it has to do with self-worth and your um, that fear of being seen. That's a big one that you magnetize this to help you work this fear of being seen, and fear of being unlovable, and let's see what else. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of self-judgments in here. Yeah, that poor little heart needs some help, and but you are grounded, so that's a great first step. And you've closed your heart down to 15%. So do a little work on opening that heart chakra so you can let go of all those judgments and that fear of being seen and fear of being unlovable. Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents on the bad hairdresser. um, and maybe get a hat. I'm teasing. Okay, here's Cosmic Bliss. Would love to know about my course. Okay, ordering my book. Great, I love it. Um, Chords. You have none. Yay. That's funny that you're asking about chords, but you don't have any. Um, Not even AI. Yeah, you're cordless. So that's great. Just double checking to make sure. Great job. Um, you've cleared the hairdresser. Okay, great. Katarina, I am losing my hair too. Okay. Well, hair loss is a stressful thing. It's a clear indication your body is under stress. So, um, Xanababe, you have no grounding, and hmm, you have no grounding, and you've got 2 rings. So this is a clear example of someone who is under stress. They have no grounding cord, so there's nowhere for all of the anxiety, frustration, all the energies in your energy field. There's nowhere for it to go. So it just keeps going round and round and round, making you anxious and frustrated and all the things. And as a result, your hair is showing you the level of stress that your body is feeling. Now, you may not feel it because you're not in your body. You're only occupying your body 2%. So you're not at home to feel the level of stress that's going on. And so, super important that you get grounded, you start releasing this energy, you get back in your body so your body can tell you what you need, which is one, to like let go of all this anxiety so your body can feel calmer. And that would be the beginning of getting your hair back or not losing your hair. I've had this experience myself, so I know it was during a very, very stressful time. Um, do you think stress or collective stress makes you feel tired? It could, but I wouldn't blame it so much on the exterior as much as I would on just what's going on right here. So you, Liliana, also have no grounding cord. So it's not that out here is causing this. You are feeling stressed here because you have no grounding. There's nowhere for the energy to go. It's exhausting. Yes, you're welcome, Genevieve. So let's see what else we have going on over here. We've got a couple minutes left. I like to try and be on here just for about an hour. And okay, great. I'm glad you got the book. That's great to hear. It's a great first place to start. Uh, welcome, Lynn. Let's see. Let's see. I have set myself to get a vibration altitude from you in March. Okay, great. That's a great intention. Get an altitude report. So what she's talking about, this altitude report, and I'm going to end it here because we're at the top of the hour. This altitude report is a way that I calibrate more than, in the altitude report, it's more than 40 of everything that's going on in your field. The amount of people that are courting to you. What's your money frequency set at? How much fear and anger and rage do you have in your field? Are people courting to you? Or do you have dead people in your energy field? On and on and on. There's about 40 things that I calibrate. I don't need to know anything about you, just like here. I don't know any of you. Well, no, I can't say that. I know plenty of you here. Many of you that I'm reading, I don't know anything about you. And so I don't need to know anything to be able to do these calibrations. I tap into the quantum field, I measure, I calibrate. That way, you know what's going on in your energy field, and I know what's going on in your energy field. And then this report comes with a 30-minute conversation where we can talk about, do you want help helping removing these things? Are you a healer? And we could check and see, did you do some work on your own? And how much did you clear? I've had people who cleared almost the entire report. There's been one person that cleared their entire report by the time we did our 30-minute call. So it's possible. But I would say for the most part, the majority of you don't even know where to start and wouldn't have a clue on how to raise your frequencies. And so those are the people that I am here to help. And when we have this 30-minute conversation, we'll discuss what that looks like and go from there. And there's a wide range of ways to work with me. There's group program. Every first Thursday of every month, we have a luminary activation. I spend an hour on a topic like we did tonight. We spend an hour talking about the subject at hand, and then clearing the energies. This next luminary activation is all about our money frequencies and prosperity and abundance. I forget the exact title now, and I don't have it right here. But that's the gist of it. It's about raising our money frequency. We're getting ready for spring. We've been in this deep slumber, and so now it's time to start coming out of our sleepy winter slumber, and we're starting to move into that energy of spring, when things want to birth, when things want to launch. and come out of our chrysalis. So, what is it that you're creating? What do you want to create? And so, this is what we're going to be doing in the next luminary activation on March 6th. And that is the first day of 12 days. So, you can either just do the luminary activation just by itself, or you can join us for the 12 days, where every day we're going to be practicing for 20 minutes the process in the book about how to run your energy. We'll be running our energy with the focus exclusively designed to help you with your business, your money frequency. All of you who are struggling with money, you just got the free the free gift, so you could start raising your money vibration so you could have enough money to join this group program. It's very nominal, actually. So there's lots of ways of working with me, from very small to very large, depending on what you're able to accommodate. So anyway, this is my gist for tonight. I appreciate all of you showing up here, and subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll know when I come on live. I don't always announce it, and sometimes I just might show up because I've just got inspired about something. And so I'll always be answering your questions as well. And part of what it has inspired all this was getting banned from Tiptoe again. And I had done a reading on Vision Lakhani and Mind Valley. You can on Instagram. So all of you Instagram people, you've probably already seen it. So that was the reason I got kicked off of TikTok, Tiptoe. And so I just decided I'm just going to go live. I forget all that stuff of whatever. They can't stop me from speaking up. So I will come here when I'm inspired, ideally 2 to 3 times a week. And you can get your questions answered. And I won't be doing clearings on here, but having some helpful information may be just what you need. So come back, stay tuned, and we'll be back for another conversation. All right, sending much love. Namaste.